Hello and welcome everyone, I am Maddles and this is another StarCraft 2 England cast. Now today, I've got a PvP. It is between 80 Sage, the red Protoss in the lower left, and Millennium Adelscott, who is the orange Protoss in the top right. And, well guys, I like PvP. I haven't cast one for a while. Now I've got to confess, this game is actually a couple of weeks old now. I had it sitting there like, I'll cast it tomorrow, I'll cast it tomorrow. And then I kept getting loads of awesome games. I was like, yes, I've got to cast these, and it was one of those ones where it's like I didn't get around to it until now. So I'm really looking forward to it. Now, being PvP, we could see loads of different things. We could see 1-gate expansion, we could see 3-gate pressure into an expansion, we could see a 4-gate, we could see a 3-gate robo, we could see lots and lots of different things, and that makes me happy because when matchups get predictable, they get boring. Now, obviously, the map is in Tomb Valley. I don't think it's forced cross spawn actually. So obviously these two players won't know that they're across from each other necessarily yet. And what else? Well, honestly, the map is in any mirror matchup, the map doesn't matter hugely in my opinion, because obviously it's the same for both players. The only thing of note on this map is obviously the watchtower in the centre gives you good vision, especially in cross map positions, because it's just so far to try and go any other way from that. It's quite a long way apart, but obviously with warpins that shouldn't matter too much. In terms of what these two players are going to go for, the natural base isn't hugely easy to hold. That's the only thing I'd be concerned about. There's not really anything the Blink Stalkers or anything like that can hugely capitalise on, or really, to be honest, force fields are okay because obviously the ramp's very narrow, so early pressure may not be viable, especially the fact that it's cross spawns, that if you were to go for really, really early pressure, the opponent could just get a sentry and just be like, force field, and then get another sentry like force field, and then you'd never ever get in. So taking a look over here, obviously second gas coming down here for Sage. Meanwhile, no second gas yet for Adele, getting up that cybernetics core for actually earlier. These kind of micro differences are what really important. The biggest difference so far is the fact the second gas has come down quite a bit earlier. Now, obviously that suggests that it's going to be a more tech heavy play. It won't be a 4-gate, that's for sure, because if you're doing a 4-gate you won't get 2 gas, at least conventionally. Now, that does obviously mean that Adele is still there in the possibility realm of going for 4-gate. It can be very effective, especially if your opponent is going for something really, really tech heavy. But here comes the second gas now for Adele. I'm not going to be seeing that out. Just really keeping an eye on what these two players are doing. Let me just say, guys, if you like my casting, subscribe. I get new games up daily. Leave a cool comment because that's just fun. Like the video, and well, follow me on Twitter as well. Let me know what you think of everything. My Twitter tag, of course, is down here, @MaddlesSC2, all one word. Now, obviously, second gas just come down. Now, Sage has got that probe in. The probe's like, hey guys, what's going on? I see you. And that is all that really matters in terms of what the probe sees. Meanwhile, obviously, we do see here that Adele tried to get some scouting information, did see the most important things, the double gas, so that is all fine. Both players going for a sentry and a Stargate. Stargate out for Sage here, so there's our first variation. Adele going for the second gateway. Obviously, anytime there's variations in a mirror matchup, I get a little bit overexcited because suddenly there is something to talk about other than both players are doing the same thing. Now, what will the choices be? We'll probably see a Void Wave. Almost certainly going to see a Void Wave. Could see some Phoenix, they're quite good as well, but to be honest, Void Wave, I reckon almost certainly a second gateway being added on. If we see a third gateway, this would pretty much be an all-in with obviously quite a lot of gateway pressure as well. The Sentry and Zealot, there's another Zealot on its way out. Meanwhile, up here for Adele, just a nice little wall off at the top here, but that won't help at all if a Void Wave comes and starts attacking you. So anyway, here we go. What are we going to get? Are we going to get no Phoenix? I was wrong. That is always embarrassing when I'm wrong, but a Phoenix is on the cards. That's going to be some early aggression. Adele taking that expansion is a 2-gate expansion. That is really quite safe. Meanwhile, Sage getting up that robotics facility as well. What is going to go down? Oh, the Phoenix should be done any second. There we go. Second Phoenix instantly queued up. They are just getting hidden, so we could see some harassment of this worker line. That could be very, very frustrating for Adelscott right there. But looking over, we do have Sage coming down, just sending that probe around, checking for any of those proxy pylons or shenanigans such as those. Warp gate tech done now for both of these players. Although the warp gate's not getting transferred yet because more sentries are coming out. Now, this is a nice little force from Adelscott right now. Just 3 sentries, 2 zealots and a stalker. That'll be able to hold off this ram quite nicely. The warping of 2 additional stalkers. The force fields are what really matter there. Looking here, the Phoenix numbers are starting to creep higher. Adele getting out the Twilight Council. That's most likely going to be used for Blink. We've got quite a few probes getting transferred down now, scouting being denied, but here come the Phoenix, a Blink on its way down there, a fourth Phoenix on the way. We do have an Observer coming down as well now. Sage is only just looking to be expanding now. I know that's just due to the amount of minerals sitting there. It does have enough now for the Nexus, so it actually get thrown down. There we go, bang on target. Now these three Phoenix are going to have to do quite a bit, because obviously just as Sage was chucking down his expansion, Adels was finishing. That's going to help significantly. Now in come these Phoenix, they're going to start picking off quite a few probes. The Stalkers are going to be the threat though. That is a couple of probes already. Need to get out of there though, because the Phoenix is taking quite good damage, and once Blink's done, that is really going to get shut down quite hard. Now if we take a look at the units killed, only 4 workers have been killed so far. Those Phoenix are going to have to be careful, because there are those 3 Stalkers out already, those 3 sentries as well, all able to attack them. The production of Phoenix have now been cut completely. Now if there's some good angles that these Phoenix can get in, it'll be all okay, but of course once Blink's done, this will start becoming a lot more of a problem. And of course there are some Stalkers up in the main base as well, some big damage being done here to the Phoenix. This is very, very awkward for Sage. Looking down here, obviously the first Immortal coming out, second Immortal on its way, will supply block momentarily, a third gateway coming down. We do have the natural about to 3/4 finished. Those Phoenix still trying to do some more damage, only wrapped up 7 kills so far, but that does unfortunately still mean that Adel is ahead because of just how much earlier this expansion was out. And obviously in a mirror matchup, the number of workers is directly comparable, and you can see here Adel is, well, still 2 ahead even after losing 7, so that is not too far. Both players are now getting 2 probes at a time though. The chrono boosts significantly more going off on the Nexus for Adel compared to Sage. Sage chrono boosts have actually been spent mainly on those Phoenix, obviously, so that is going to start to see the worker count go in Adel's favour, which is not going to be too good for Sage, because going into the mid game that could start causing some problems. Phoenix are still trying to be aggressive. I mean, they haven't picked up any more workers yet, and of course with Blink done, those Phoenix could have problems, but all the Stalkers have gone out, 2 more warping in, but that was slightly late there. Obviously the Stalkers starting to move forward. Looking here at the defensive position, obviously those 2 Immortals, real powerhouses, going to be very, very strong against the Stalkers. A third one on its way out. The Robotics pay coming down as well, so Colossus could be out soon. Where are all those Phoenix? They are hiding just in a corner somewhere. They do not want to commit to anything, because once they're gone, they are probably not going to be rebuilt, because Sage doesn't have the money to afford to do that at the moment. Now looking at the work count, 47 to 41 now, and Sage actually not producing any workers at the moment, really just gearing up for this push, and that could cause problems, because obviously we're seeing here Adel now, what, a good 6 workers ahead. That's getting quite significant now, and the income difference, if we take a look here, really starting to push into Adel's favour. Obviously the gas income for some reason slightly lower for Adel. I'm not quite sure what's causing that, unless the other gas wasn't quite up yet. But here we go, the Phoenix coming in now. We've got a good amount of units down here, just trying to be aggressive. The Phoenix really scouting out to see what they can find. The first Colossus on its way, extended thermal lance being researched there, and taking a look up at Adel's base. Well, trying to take a third really pretty early. We do have the position here from Sage, looking as though he's going to try and take a third base as well. Has got the money for it now. The pylon is the giveaway that you want to take the third. And well, here we go, the Phoenix, the Immortals, they're on their way up. Are they going to try and poke in, do some damage? Adel's got that Observer there. The third base down for Sage as well. So similar timing on the third base. More gateways being thrown down here by Adel though. And if they are able to finish up, well, that is going to really significantly help the production capability of Adel. And if we look at the work count, 53 to 47, so still Adel has been ahead significantly for significant portions of this map, and actually Sage pulling back with the rest of its forces. This could be where the problems start coming in, because if you are too defensive, especially when you've been behind most of the game in terms of economy, your opponent just starts to really snowball up. Obviously these additional gateways are really going to be helpful. If we take a look at actually the number of gateways, well, we've got another robotic facility on the way. The tech advantage is there for Sage, but in sheer numbers of stuff, well, we're about to get, what's that, 5 gateways there, 6, 7, 8 gates. We've got the upgrade advantage really going in Adel's favour. He's seeing that about to finish up with a +1. The +1 for Sage is in production, but a little bit further behind. Of course, no Blink, no Charge, which are both now finished up, I do believe, for Adele. That's going to make those Zealots a lot more effective, and, well, the one Colossus isn't going to be enough. We do have a good lift coming down here on those Stalkers, just allowing a couple of units to be taken out for free, pretty much. But here comes Adele with a sweeping force, a great attack angle with those Zealots. Are they going to be able to cut off the rest of those units? The answer is almost certainly yes. One Zealot tries running in, the force field's going down there for Sage. He's trying to stop everything, but blink in from Adele. Could this be everything? The Colossus gets focused and does fall, and, well, there is the GG from Sage with an amazing little attack by Adele, who is consistently ahead with income all the way through. So, reminder, guys, subscribe, like, leave a cool comment, follow me on Twitter, flick over to my channel to watch some more StarCraft, or I'll see you tomorrow for yet another new game. Thank you very much for watching. I was Maddles, and this was an SC2 England cast. Bye for now.